Hello and welcome. My name is Dominique. I am the founder of Start the Wave, an online community and non-profit organization focused on empowering, supporting, and uplifting positive change makers worldwide. We do that by funding action, amplifying voices that need to be heard, and encouraging growth, both through education and inner healing. I'd also like to acknowledge that we are all currently on various different Indigenous lands. I am in Montreal, which is situated on the traditional territory of the Kanien'kehá:ka, a place which has long served as a site of meeting and exchange for various different Indigenous peoples, including the Kanien'kehá:ka of the Haudenosaunee Confederacy, Huron-Wendat, Abenaki, and Anishinaabe. So thank you so much for joining us today for this crucial conversation around eco-spirituality. Eco-spirituality invites us to look at the spiritual connection between humans and the environment. I'm so thrilled to be moderating this panel here today. And when I was reflecting on why this subject holds such an important place in my heart, it took me back to the beginning of Start the Wave and my own personal awakening, both spiritually and to the bleak reality of our disposable lifestyles and the climate crisis we face. And it really was these two things combined that created the catalyst for me taking action in my own life, which then birthed the seed of Start the Wave and has brought us here today. I think, if I had known that we'd be here having this conversation today back then, I don't think I would have believed it. I so appreciate you taking the time to discuss the necessity of us recognizing our interconnectedness with the planet before it's too late. This subject really gives me hope, and I really believe that holding space for conversations like this one is integral in deepening our understanding and opening our minds. So I'm really looking forward to hearing all of your stories and your perspectives and your insights, and for everyone at home to be equally as inspired. So spreading the word then is what I'm hearing, talking about Kiribati, making people aware that there is a place that is really feeling, there are many places in the world, but truly feeling like the devastating effects of climate change firsthand and shedding light on that, having conversations and doing the work where we are in order to try and reduce the effects of what our actions are, how they are impacting other places in the world. As we're heading into the holiday season, our family has spoken for many years about the necessity to remove presents from the equation or find alternative ways of doing it, but it always manages to creep in somehow, because I think we're all so used to this being such an integral part of our celebrations. Do you have any alternative ways that you think that people can come together without the necessity for exchanging more stuff? What could that look like, if anyone wants to? Coming back to the fundamentals of compassion and loving kindness that runs through all religions and spiritual ideas. I think from what I've learned personally, it is that which connects us all, whether we're talking about spirituality and religion or just as humans. It really feels like that is the energy that connects us all, and if we can really tap into that, we'll be able to find that common language. How are people to know? What is the research that needs to take place when buying these products, right? Because there's a lot of lying that's going on in the world currently, which is they may promote something as being sustainable or you know, something that will last, and then you get it through the post and it breaks virtually instantly. You know, it's that's an interesting thing to think about in terms of how can we be more conscious buyers when we are consuming, conscious consumers, to make sure that we are addressing how our impacts affect people like yourselves in Kiribati and beyond. Does anyone else have anything they want to add to Mike's share, or back to the question on how we can hold the big techs accountable for their impact, or what needs to, you know, as we're moving into this new world of a global pandemic and figuring out, you know, new ways of living, new ways of doing things, like what we should be conscious of as we navigate this time and the shifts that are changing. Who will listen, and together as guests of Mother Earth, we can take action, both small and big, and turn the ship around and create a better future for all.